Welcome, Jeffrey B. This is Healing Shame. It's July 6th. I don't have a whole lot of motivation to do anything today. I'm kind of having to push myself to do this video. You can see a little bit of lack of self-love coming up, not shaving. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment. I am going to give you the reading today. I'm a little tired. I want to just kind of nap, just sleep today. And I'll talk more about why that is here in a moment. But let me go ahead and get that reading up on the screen for you today. Here it is. July 6th. This is from Strengthen My Recovery text. Now, I'm going to read this one, but I'm not going to talk about this topic. All right, I may refer to some parts of the reading, but I'm going to talk about something else today. But I'm going to read this. So here we go. July 6th, change in the workplace. By using our program and the support of our fellowship, we learn that we can affect changes in our working lives. And that is Big Red Book, page 425. At work, many of us noticed we were extremely uncomfortable when we talked about our job difficulties. An ACA member asked if we'd ever read chapter 14, taken our program to work. When we read it, we couldn't believe how true it was. Again, ACA literature told us things about ourselves we didn't know. We started to see ourselves and our jobs with fresh eyes. We learned that we related to people at our jobs as though they were our families of origin. We saw them through the filter of our laundry list traits, and we acted accordingly with each person, depending on their mood and or who they reminded us of from our family. By relying on a higher power, the support of our meetings and fellow travelers, and our continuing work on the steps, we now notice little changes here and there. We are able to pause and ask ourselves, is this big reaction I'm feeling based on the here and now? What does it remind me of? We use our recovery tools and call or email our recovery supporters during these times to process our experiences. Before we know it, our recovery is present in all parts of our lives, especially on the job. And here's our little affirmation. On this day, I will remember that I am safe and important, whether I am home, at work, or somewhere in between. Copyright 2013 by Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families, World Service Organization. I don't think this will be a very long video today. A lot's coming up. So here we are, July 6th. Now, my girlfriend left yesterday. Hasn't even been 24 hours since she's left. And I've got the same feelings today in my journal. All I have to do is say, see June 17th, journal entry. It's the same fucking thing. It's a pattern, repetition. And what happened on June 17th is she had just left then to go back to her hometown. And the same things happened today. She just left yesterday to go back home. Now I'm alone. I'm with my thoughts, my emotions, my fears, all that coming up, and I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable with in my skin. All I want to do is lie in the bed, brood. um, there's a little bit of lack of desire to go out and interact with the world. I want to isolate again. I've got fear. I've got insecurity. I've got anxiety. I don't want to shave. Of course, I haven't wanted to shave in a few days. I did brush my teeth. I rinsed off and took a shower, and I even got breakfast. So that's where I have to pat myself on the back and say, hey, I'm doing good. I fed myself, and thank you, loving parent, inner loving parent, for feeding us today. Sometimes that's what we get, we just got to go with that. So I think what's going on is uh, I want to stay busy and out of my feelings today. I want to dissociate. I'm noticing I'm holding my breath, and I just really don't feel good. I don't feel right. I feel off, if you will. And that has to do with being alone. I don't do well alone. My girlfriend just left yesterday, so I feel really alone, isolated. I'm not sure I feel abandoned, but maybe I do. Maybe I also feel abandoned somehow. But she's going on a trip. I'm going on a trip in a few days. And I've got all this shit piling up on me that I want to accomplish, like a career change, writing. Even though, quite frankly, writing is such a challenge for me, I'm not sure I even really like it. I like the end result, but I'm not sure I like the process. I do want to become, uh, become recognized through my writing or by my writing, by contributing to the world, some of my writing to the world. I want to be recognized. I want to be validated. I want to be famous, maybe even, whatever, get some kind of recognition. This is a tough one. This is a tough one, guys. because as soon as somebody leaves, that's an intimate person in my life, I struggle, man. I go down. And like I said, I write my journal, and in the journal, all I had to do is say, "Hey, see June 17th, man. It's the same pattern." But in establishing that pattern, that yes, I'm with somebody, and we're there in a very concentrated setting, period of time, and it's very intense, and we're always together, and then all of a sudden we're apart. I'm in like I'm in like withdrawal. I'm like in a basically I'm in withdrawal, and I'm in like a hangover or something. So wow, it's tough, and I don't know where to go with it all. I know that I have to learn how to be alone and by myself, but it's not a very pleasant thing. So I'm an escape artist, man. I'm gonna find ways to not have to be in my body, to psychically numb, to check out, and I can do that with my thoughts, negative thinking, nostalgic sadness, euphoric recall, YouTube videos, staying busy, music that really triggers me, smoking cigarettes, drinking tea. I could go back to drinking caffeine again. I could find a way to numb out and not have to be because in my feelings, because that's what this comes down to, is I'm so uncomfortable in reality that I can numb out. I need to numb out and not be present in this reality, in this world, in L0, if you will, level zero. And the ground zero level, the waking reality, the consciousness. I want to be in an alternate reality, altered state of consciousness. And I can do that with really anything. I can do that with fantasy, just thinking, or I can do that with my writing or my artistic creations, my imagination. I can numb out in all different ways. I learned how to numb out as a kid with Dungeons and Dragons. We've played a game called Dungeons and Dragons, and it was a great way to fantasize, not have to be present in reality and live in an alternate reality. It was the greatest escape of all. And I'm still an escape artist. I still use that, something I learned as a kid, how to escape with music, Dungeons and Dragons, and video games, and pornography. I still use that today because if I'm alone in my feelings, I can't stand it. And I feel like I'm going to explode, die. There's a sense of impending doom, and I'm just gonna come apart at the seams. So this is about learning how to be alone and how to be comfortable alone. And I'm still learning it. I recognize the pattern, and so I want to combat this escape artist adult child pattern. And that's what today is about. Didn't comment much on the reading that I read, but there it is for you. If you want to reflect on it, you can, or you can think about what I've talked about today. Whatever you want to do. So anyway, just remember it's progress, not perfection. It's okay to not be okay. You don't have to be on every day, acknowledging it and just moving on from that. So that's what I've got going today. I hope you got something out of it. Until next time, all the best.